Stewart and Hunter train for worst-case scenarios.
The community supports a local blood drive.
And changes are being made to visitor access on our installations.
Welcome to this week's Marne Report. I'm Caitlin Kenny.
And I'm Sergeant First Class Jonathan Bell with 3rd Infantry Division Public Affairs. Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield conducted an emergency response training exercise to test the response and crisis communication process. Photojournalist Zach Renstrom followed the first responders for this critical exercise. Let's take a look.
All right, 9-1, I'm coming down. I'm approaching the fuel point. Am I clear?
Once we got on post, we thought, why not go to the fuel point? Because that's where the guy supposedly works at on Hunter, so he might know Fort Stewart's fuel point area. So we came over to check that out. Once we got over here, we heard shots fired come over the radio. After we heard shots fired, we rolled up on scene, jumped out of our vehicles, and took up a fighting position. We called it up to Captain Barrett over the radio, what was going on, trying to get more information put back to everybody else who was rolling out to the scene.
1875, the wash rack, lower end.
Once they got up to there, they asked us to suppress fire so they could move up.
What's the direction of fire? Hey, I want you to back up. I want you to go back here with 6-4. Here with 6-4. I want you guys to do a sweep. Got it. You guys are going to come from the dirt down this way. I got it, sir.
The communication on any situation is very important. Doesn't matter if it's a scene like this or it's just a traffic accident or something simple. Communication is always important. And with the equipment and the details that we have nowadays, we're getting better at doing our job. The communication we had today was outstanding. Everyone knew where they were, everyone knew where they had to go. That was great. Now we're going to start to get communications that we can talk to other people up ahead that know what's going on.
Roger, 6-4-1-2. Let me know whenever you guys are ready.
The purpose of this event was to evaluate all of our systems from the lowest levels to what happens before the call is made to the actual event to all the events that take place in the next 24 hours after the event itself, as it pertains to command and control measures and media relations to the outside world.
Where are you shot at? Come on! We got people on the way. Help me, help you.
What I've always been taught is try to calm every situation down, because the more your heart beats, the more blood you lose. I didn't know who the guy was, so I wasn't going to take it as he was the victim. I wanted to treat everybody out on scene as if they are the subject, because you never know if the subject's going to try and pretend that he's the victim.
Where were they shot at?
I was trying to calm him down, trying to get him to look at all the other people that are around him. He said there was 3 other people. I couldn't see, so I tried to get him to see if the other people were alive, see if they were breathing, anything that he could do to help us out, because he had to be our eyes and ears on station. We can't see, he can. I was trying to keep him calm, as much calm as I could, while the rest of my guys were getting around to a better vantage point, viewpoint, anything they could do.
My leg, it hurt.
This isn't my first active shooter scenario that I've been in, and it's very, very needed, because if you go out into a situation like this, it gets very, very hectic really fast. And if you have no idea what's going on in the area, you're going to be lost, and you're just going to go out there and your heart's going to be pumping and you're not going to be paying attention. Tunnel vision happens a lot, so you need to have these exercises. That way everybody has a protocol, something they can follow. That way they have a basis, just something to follow off of. Because if you go out there and you have nothing, you don't know what to do.
There's no easy way to isolatedly simulate what we do in these exercises. They have to be done on the scale which they are done, so that the whole post is going to at least see what's going on and know that something's happening, because that's how it's going to take place in the real world. And with the real civilians around, it adds to it all. So you can't put this in a training area like you can for the normal military training things. It has to be done as it would happen in the real world. That's the best way to get training out of this.
If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Soldiers from 3rd Armored Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division set out to earn the Expert Infantryman's badge on Fort Benning. For one Sledgehammer soldier, this journey is one he has traveled many times before.
How many times do you fall down before you learn how to stand up? One soldier from 3rd Armored Brigade Combat Team, 3rd Infantry Division on Fort Benning, earns his Expert Infantryman badge proving no matter how many times you fail, there's still a chance to succeed.
You're a go at this time, sir?
Some say the third time's the charm, but for one determined non-commissioned officer from 1st Battalion, 15th Infantry Regiment, 3 times just wasn't enough.
This will be my 5th time. Soldiers now, you know, they need that extra motivation to get out here and get after it. So me just coming out here saying, I mean, this is my 5th time, I'm getting after it again. I mean, it shows that no matter how many times you fail, you're still gonna have to get out here and get after it. I mean, you can't just give up.
Over 300 soldiers spend a week at Tactical Training Base Voyager, testing their proficiency of their basic infantry task. Over the course of 5 days, these individuals complete a series of tests to include physical fitness, land navigation, individual tactical test lanes, and a 12-mile foot march. Sergeant Taylor's never-quit attitude makes a huge impact on those around him and encourages others to follow his lead.
Seeing him do it 5 times is pretty crazy, but he finally got it this time, so it's really motivating. I mean, I do the same thing, follow his example. He's a good NCO.
Private Van Horn is no stranger to the course. This marks his 3rd attempt. And with positive and motivating NCOs like Sergeant Taylor, he too is able to earn his badge. When asked why he keeps trying even after all this time, Sergeant Taylor's answer was simple.
My soldiers, gotta do it for my soldiers.
Commissioner Shorty Matthews, Fort Benning, Georgia.
The need for adequate blood distribution is important in a region where natural disasters and other serious incidents can occur. Fort Stewart's chapter of the American Red Cross plays a vital role in providing blood for those who need it the most. The chapter sponsored its first blood drive in 2 years, with a portion of the donations going to Wynn Army Community Hospital. Photojournalist Zach Renstrom brings us the story.
We're having our first blood drive here on Fort Stewart. We haven't had a blood drive in over 2 years, so this is a really big one. Garrison Headquarters has stepped up and decided to sponsor our first blood drive this year in 2015.
We went to various locations getting sign-ups, asking people if they wanted to give blood or the blood drive, as well as register people to the Red Cross to be blood donors. I volunteered because I know that every pint of blood saves 3 lives, and I know there's soldiers out there as well as civilians that need blood, and I feel like that's very important for us to do if we can save lives, to save lives.
We have such a huge installation here that so many people can donate. 1 out of every 5 donations goes to Wynn Army Hospital. So it does go directly back to our community right here locally.
We lose our people every day, so why should we lose anymore? We go overseas and we see our people die, and then we come here and we have a chance and opportunity to help somebody else.
One of the best things about being a blood drive coordinator is you hear a lot of wonderful personal stories of why people donate, and the fact that they know they are volunteering, donating their time and their blood to people right here in their local community.
Soldiers from 1st Battalion, 41st Field Artillery Regiment and 2nd Battalion, 7th Infantry Regiment of 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team received their wheeled and tracked vehicles March 21st at the Grafenwehr, Germany railhead. The vehicles are being used in support of Operation Atlantic Resolve during joint training missions with NATO allies in the region.
Listen up, soldiers. This is going to be a 40 weekend that as well as there. I want everyone to enjoy themselves. If you drink, do not drive. You have heard me state my zero tolerance policy about this kind of thing before.
Sergeant Zero, pay attention. This is important. Drunk driver rules are Article 15. Am I understood?
Roger, Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major's right. I want to give anyone another Article 15 on Monday. Company attention. Dismissed.
Hey, Zero, ready to drive?
Yeah, we only had a few.
You sure?
Yeah.
He's just buzzed. He'll be fine.
Whatever do you see at PT on Monday.
How you doing, sir? Sergeant Evans, Fort Stewart Military Police. Let me see your license, registration, proof of insurance. All right, so you've been drinking tonight?
Yeah, I've had a few.
Okay, well, let me go back to the car, run your license, and I'll be right back. All right, sir, could you go ahead and step out of the vehicle? I'm going to place you under apprehension for suspected DUI. Put your hands on your back.
Sergeant Zero, after looking at all the evidence presented to me, I find you guilty of driving while intoxicated. I take this matter very seriously, as you could have injured yourself or other innocent people. Your counseling file indicates you signed the Marne Pledge, and you were briefed on the consequences of driving while intoxicated, yet you chose to make a childlike decision to do so. Do you have anything to say before I decide your punishment?
No, ma'am.
You're dismissed. Wait outside. Sergeant Zero, I sentence you to 45 days extra duty, 45 days restriction, reduction in rank to E1, forfeiture of a half month's pay for 2 months, and I'm recommending you be chaptered out of the Army as a rehab failure.
Step back.
The safety of the community is important to Team Stewart. From March 16th to the 22nd, there were 6 DUIs and third ID.
Remember to have a designated driver if you know you'll be out drinking. Have some Marne pride. Don't drink and drive.
Coming up on the Marne Report, the carnival is coming to Fort Stewart.
I am so overwhelmed. I've dreamed about this day for my whole life, and I just don't even know what to do anymore. Let's just stop the wedding planning and go to Vegas and just...
No. Let's see here.
Well, I looked through everything.
Let's just go to the Bridal and Event Expo.
The what?
The Bridal and Event Expo.
That's right over here at Club Stewart. Want to get married because I love you again?
See, everything's gonna be okay.
Thank you so much, babe.
Club Stewart has a bridal show and event planning expo planned 26 April from 1:30 to 4:30 inside our main ballrooms. We're featuring 40 Coastal Empire vendors ready to sit down with you and offer all the great opportunities they have to make a wonderful wedding experience. This isn't just any bridal show and event planning expo. We've got a fashion show. We've got some great vendors giving do-it-yourself tips on our presentation stage. We've got some great fashion advice from some wonderful ladies who are giving us the show with dresses from all around the Coastal Empire. We've got swag bags, gift bags, all kinds of cool prizes and things for everyone who comes to this event. In fact, each vendor is going to have samples of different things they're offering, such as perfumes, baked goods, which I cannot wait to try one of every one. And anything else you can imagine, we've got that coming up this 26 April. This isn't just any bridal show and event planning expo. Our vendors are geared up for fun all day long. Need a dress? We've got it. Need a photographer? Not a problem. Looking for a bakery, florist, anything else? We can handle everything. For more information, call 912-767-4717 or send an email to martha.j.jackson@us.army.mil. We're also on Facebook and Twitter as CS Bridal Babe, so make sure you look us up and join our pages for updates and periodic special deals. My name is Martha Jackson, and I can't wait to plan this special day with you.
And you try your best, but you don't succeed. what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. He's not one of us. Stuck in reverse. And tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. Lights will guide you home, and I will try to fix you.
Hey, what's that pin you're wearing?
Oh, this? I wear it to remember my dad. He was in the Army.
I wear this pin for my husband, who was killed in action.
My son served his country proudly. Not a day goes by that I don't think about him.
She was my wife and best friend.
Remember, respect, and honor our fallen military heroes and the sacrifice and strength of surviving families who wear the Gold Star pins.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do us.
What's wrong with you?
I'm just not getting it.
You are dealing with pain, anger, a heaviness. It feels like there is no way out. It seems like you are in this by yourself, battling alone. But you are part of one Army family, shoulder to shoulder with a community there to get you through these hard times. There is no shame, no guilt in seeking out help. So if you are struggling, feeling depressed, or even having thoughts of suicide, it is time to talk to someone. Your Army family is committed to finding you the strength and hope you need to rebound from adversity. Because, above all else, our most essential resource is you.
Welcome back to the Marne Report. Are you looking for some fun things to do with your family? Then let's check in with Molly Cook, who's here to give us a look at an upcoming event.
Hi, I'm Molly Cook, and this is your MWR Minute. Looking for something fun to do with your friends and family this weekend? Head on over to Fort Stewart's Walker Field to the Spring Carnival. Whether you're a little kid or just a kid at heart, we promise that there will be something fun for everyone. This year's carnival will be open for business Thursday, April 2nd through Sunday, April 5th, and will feature 19 major, super, and children's rides, skill games, tasty food, and more. Individual tickets will be sold at the gate, or you can save by purchasing armbands, which will allow you unlimited rides for the entire day and night. Food and games will be priced individually, and outside coolers and food are not permitted. For more information and for hours of operation, please call 912-767-6212. To learn more about our upcoming events, visit us online at www.stewartmwr.com or www.huntermwr.com. FMWR, we're your complete destination for families, fun, and fitness.
From April 1st to the 30th, the Visitor Control Centers on Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield will be closed between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. This measure will help the garrison determine future planning efforts for access control and visitor control measures. All visitors who have a valid pass or military ID to access post unescorted will be able to access the post as normal.
Visitors who do not have a valid pass or military ID will not be granted unescorted access to the installation and will be required to have a valid military ID card holder physically meet them at Gate 1 on Fort Stewart or Montgomery Gate on Hunter for access. The ID card holder will be the visitor sponsor while on the installation. Only valid sponsors 18 years and older will be allowed to sponsor guests and visitors during this time period. Up to 5 visitors will be allowed per sponsor.
Sponsors who fail to obey this directive could lose the privilege of sponsoring future guests or visitors. Your cooperation and patience is requested during this time period. For questions or concerns relating to this test phase, please contact Art Weston, Chief of Physical Security at 912-767-1183.
Club Stewart is hosting an Easter brunch April 5th from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Enjoy Southern breakfast favorites, a carving station featuring a rosemary and garlic pork crown roast, and other entrees, side dishes, and desserts. Advance tickets are available at the club until April 2nd. Children ages 2 and younger are free. For ticket prices or questions, call 912-767-4717.
The 3rd Infantry Division will be observing Holocaust Remembrance Day at Club Stewart's main ballroom Wednesday, April 8th from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. The keynote speaker for the luncheon will be Melinda Stein. For questions, contact Sergeant First Class Gene Remus at 912-767-4116. To find out what's happening across Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield, and Kelly Hill, we turn to the Frontline newspaper.
Let's check in with Martha Jackson for this week's news.
Hello everyone, I'm Martha Jackson with FMWR standing in for Elvia Kelly, and I will be giving you the latest details from the Frontline. For the March 26th edition, you can expect to see how the 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade welcomes home their brothers in arms, see how 3rd Infantry Division soldiers celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and check out how the Vipers shoot it out on the court. The last of the soldiers from Company E, 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade, returned home from a 9-month deployment to Afghanistan and were reunited with their families at Fort Stewart, March 13. A very proud Lieutenant Colonel John B. Brom, Commander, 1st Battalion, 3rd Aviation Regiment, 3rd CAB, was on hand at Jordan Fitness Center along with an enthusiastic crowd of families, friends, and loved ones to welcome home the soldiers. The dog-faced soldiers of the 3rd Infantry Division took their place among the community in the 191st St. Patrick's Day Parade, March 17th in downtown Savannah. This parade is an annual opportunity for the division and local military leaders to display their support to the community and help celebrate one of the largest parades of its kind in the country. Leading the way for the 3rd ID was 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade Command Team, Colonel John D. Klein, and Command Sergeant Major George M. Dove, with the rest of the formation being made up of soldiers from every battalion in the Falcon Brigade. The Vipers of 1st Battalion, 3rd Aviation Regiment, 3rd Combat Aviation Brigade took home the championship trophy, defeating Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 3rd Cab 4339 during the 2nd annual Marne Air March Madness basketball tournament at Hunter Army Airfield. This marks their 2nd year in a row the Vipers have brought home the trophy. Join us on the Marne Report to catch the most current news and events found in the Frontline across Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield, and online at our Team Stewart website at stewartfrontline.com.
Coming up, find out who won Hunter's intramural basketball championship.
Do you know what it means to have someone's back? To have another life depend on you and only you?
Where your vision, your defense, your support
is the very thing that is the difference in their life or death.
This feeling is known in the truest form by those that willingly protect you and me every day.
In the military, got your six means I've got your back.
Today, got your six is more than a term. It's a way to bring military veterans and civilians together.
It's a show of respect for all who served, and a way to ensure that they return home to be seen as assets and leaders.
I've got your six.
I've got your six.
I've got your six.
I've got your six.
I've got your six. I've got your six.
I've got your six.
I've got your six.
To find out how you can help, visit gotyoursix.org today.
The purpose of Army Emergency Relief is to provide financial assistance to soldiers and families. Since 2008, we have provided $80 million a year. Since 9/11, we have provided almost $600 million.
One of the biggest stressors in life is finances, is money. And that's where AER can provide that assistance. They can take away that financial worry from soldiers. I've never had one soldier come back disapproved.
I was recently separated. I had 4 children to support, and my Army Emergency Relief counselor advised that I should apply for the loan to get assistance to pay the bills that I needed, housing allowance, child care, and the other bills in order to keep myself on track. Then it came time where I needed AER, and I had to do research, and I thank God for the people that were there to provide the assistance to let me know and educate me that AER is available to reserve soldiers who are Title 10 over 30 days. So I spoke to my commander, we went over and spoke with a financial counselor, and she is also the Army Emergency Relief representative. And at the end of the day, I was able to get the money that I needed to pay the bills that I needed to help with childcare and my housing allowance and to get everything caught up.
Army Emergency Relief is truly a commander's program. From company commanders and first sergeants all the way through the garrison commanders and garrison command sergeants major, they are all dedicated to ensuring that soldiers' financial needs are met.
AER has been a blessing. Because of the AER scholarship, she was able to start her college education, to see it start and to see it finish. AER, it made the journey possible.
There are symbols that represent loss. There are symbols that represent strength. And there are symbols that represent both. Remember, respect, and honor our fallen military heroes and the sacrifice and strength of surviving families who wear the Gold Star pins.
Welcome back. In this week's Task Force Fitness, the 224th Military Intelligence Battalion, a tenant unit on Hunter Army Airfield, took home the installation's intramural basketball championship trophy after a close contest, defeating Armstrong University's team 52-47. Photojournalist Zach Renstrom met up with the players and coaches from both teams.
In the tournament, we had a 12-team double elimination tournament. The team that Armstrong Atlantic University is playing is the winners from the tournament we just had out here. They're the only team that end up not losing a game in the double elimination tournament.
All about esprit de corps and the 224th, third year on the team. So happy this year to become the Hunter Army Airfield champions and hopefully win a couple more titles.
Playing on 224, it builds unity. You learn to trust each other on the team. This is different from the battlefield, but when you're out on the battlefield, this helps you build trust with each other.
1, 2, 3, defense!
Working with these guys, you know, going out every game, giving them their all. It's been a pleasure to work with them. They've never quit. They always played into the buzzer. And as you can see, we haven't lost a game. I think, and to include preseason, is like 20 straight games. So these guys have come out and give it their all, and I coach them and I give them my all every time. I've been coaching this team for like the past 3.5 years, so I figure even though I retired, I still stick with it because we got a great group of guys here.
Being a team member and being a soldier, you have to be able to work well with others and share and be able to have each other's back. And I think this team has done a great job this year of doing all those above.
It's really exciting. When Perry gave us a call and wanted to know if we wanted to play, the students jumped right on it. These guys play basketball 24/7 every day of the week. They're really excited to keep playing basketball and to play these guys to test their skills and see how good they are.
Getting ready to play in the championship against Fort Stewart. What do you have to say to the team you guys are going to play?
Bring it. They're going to have to bring it because we're going to bring it and we're going to be ready to play. So when they step on the court, then best team win, but we plan to prevail at the end.
That's all for this week's Marne Report.
You can watch the Marne Report in the morning at 5, 5:30, and 8 and 8:30, noon, and in the evening at 5, 5:30, 9, and 11. Or as always, check us out on the web at stewart.army.mil and subscribe to the Third ID YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. Have a great week.
Rock the Marne.